Hey everyone, Aussie Viking here. So, Star Wars Battlefront 2. Now, I have done a few videos on my other channel, the One Sith of Asgard channel, but I figured I'd do one more or so for this channel. And it's kind of about how the game is now. So, yes, there has been no more content since, or any announcement of any more content coming since we got told, and the last Scarif update came in. Now, a lot of us thought, okay, in a press release or so, they said, for now, like, monthly updates weren't happening and stuff. And a few of us held on hope that maybe we'd get a giant one. Of course, nothing came to be. And everybody now is just like, damn, that kind of sucks. Now, don't get me wrong, the game is fantastic and it's highly replayable. And honestly, it's up there with the original Battlefront games in just everything. And, but it just hurts because even the developers were like, we don't know why we couldn't keep making content. It kind of sucks. Of course, we kind of know why. At least I think it's because of Battlefield 5. That so screwed up their DLC and stuff that basically in the end, they're like, alright, we're going to work on a next-gen Battlefield. But we want everybody working on it, so hey guys, you know how you guys were making Battlefront 2? Get off that and we're working on your Battlefield. And it's like, really? Come on. Honestly, for me, if the Battlefield 5 or 6 or whatever you're going to call it, better be damn fun. It better have like offline conquest, a massive single player, ability to play multiple game modes offline. Better have mechanics that just freaking out there. It better have this stuff because I'm not gonna lie. If you're gonna stop production on a game that it was far superior to Battlefield 5, and even though I enjoyed Battlefield 5, Battlefront 2 by EA was fantastic, and DICE just really should have continued on because we all wanted Ashoka, we wanted Padme, we wanted Ventress, and we wanted Jango. And honestly, I think most of us wanted Mustafa, Coruscant, and at least Utapau to be able to play on. While we probably wouldn't have gotten all of them, I can at least see us getting at least two of those heroes and maybe one of those maps. Of course, now we can't. And that was always a heartbreaking moment for everyone. And it still hurts. It still pains and it still hurts. But, I mean, I still play it. I still play online. I'm trying to unlock the Darth Maul skin, which is, 5,000 kills. Really wish I didn't do that, but hey, whatever. I still play offline as well. Offline is fantastic, and even though it's almost there to being the best offline you could get in this game. First of all, it's fantastic as it is. Playing the Conquest stuff was fantastic. I just love playing it old school and stuff. I do wish there was enemy ships in the sky, which they have online for the original trilogy era, but they don't have it offline for anyone, which really sucked because all of us were like, come on, that's what we wanted as well. But for the most part, it's fantastic. Then we got the attack and defend game modes, which again, fantastic. It's basically like you can play the big but small maps with Conquest, and you can play basically the entire Galactic Assault maps offline with the attack and defend modes. Brilliant stuff, really well done. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Then there are things like, yes, we can't play Ewokont offline, although there was only really 2 maps, and I think one of those maps weren't even put into the game for offline, which sucked. But overall, offline gaming for that was really well done. It just exploded, and it was just... I respect DICE a lot more for giving us that offline opportunity. And granted, it would have been cooler if we could have gotten Galactic Conquest. That would have been great. And the ability to have enemy AI flying the ships around. Again, that would have been great. And Starfighter Assault being fully done offline. If they gave us all of that, I would have been totally fine. If they just said, alright, one last update, here's a lot of all this, and here's 2 maps, 2 heroes, and all this stuff for offline, I would have been happy. I would have been extremely, extremely happy and very whelmed with the entire situation. I wouldn't have felt so heartstruck because it's like, well, damn. Oh, and the ability to play like clones and resistance and all that on any map. That was definitely one thing I think was missing. The ability to just be like, I want to play Felicia, but in the Rebels, as the Rebels, and maybe fighting the First Order. That would have been pretty cool. Would have been an effort if you wanted to have back and forth between them, but I think overall that would have been pretty nice. And maybe the ability to like have all the heroes unlocked for every era. That would have been pretty cool as well. But overall, for what we got, especially when you consider what we got in 2017, the game exploded. The game is exactly what it should have been, and I'm very happy to see it become probably one of the... It evolved from probably one of the worst Battlefront games, or even one of the worst Star Wars games, to one of the best, and it was so close. If Battlefield 2 by DICE wasn't taken away, if it wasn't stopped production, I think, and I did think it was going to stop production in this year, but I thought at the end of 2020, one last update in November. And if it did do that, I think the game would be up there with Battlefront 2 original. I mean, it is technically as is up there, but the Battlefront 2 original, I think, just equals it out, just slightly, because it's got the maps that I wanted and almost all the heroes that I wanted, and it's got the offline options that I wanted. It's got all of that. But I still love Battlefront 2 by EA, and it's enjoyable to play. It's very fun. Even with next gen, I'm kind of like, I really wish next gen update was going to happen. But then if they did that, everybody's going to be like, well, what about content? If you're going to spend time making better assets and stuff, why aren't you giving it to us in terms of new content? So really, DICE is screwed over by EA once more because they wanted to do Battlefield, which is very strange to me because EA DICE's Star Wars Battlefront 2 was so well done. It was more popular than Battlefield, and it just doesn't make any sense to me why Battlefront wouldn't get the love it deserves, even if you count for the fact that a sequel to Battlefront would make a lot more sense because Battlefront 2 came first, and then DICE came a year later with Battlefield 5, and while I enjoyed Battlefield 5, it was definitely nowhere near as good as Battlefront 2, even now, even after its last few updates, and even the people in charge were just like, we have no idea what happened. Battlefield 5 people were just like, there was so-called professionals working on this that just made the wrong decisions, which even I think Battlefront 2 had as well in certain instances. And honestly, I think you can chuck it down to just, well, hire EA personnel, because they want money, alright? That's the thing. In these industries, they just want money. You could have the idea for the most perfect game ever, and a higher up could go, yeah, but if we made this instead of an unlockable as this, as a payable, yeah, we got something going there, There's so many ways that people just look at something and go, yeah, that's cool, but we want money. We want like grinding. We want to make it grindable, so then people don't want to grind anymore and they'll pay money, or they're like, yes, well, we don't want to do that right now. We want to do this, and it's a whole clusterfuck. It is, and it's annoying. It's definitely annoying. But overall, Battlefront 2, it's a love. Like, I do love Battlefront 2 by EA, and I will never forget it. I will never not love it. I will always cherish it, and I think in time it will be up there. Like, people already look at it back now. Like, even Angry Joe looked at it and was like, this is fucking brilliant. And even like the Act Man was like, yeah, this is really great. There are people that hated it and now coming back to it and going, this is fantastic. I wish that it didn't stop with the productions of new content, but hey, for what we got, it's pretty damn good. Totally agree. Now, I do hope we get a Battlefront 3. Whether or not we get it in 2022, 2023, who knows? I swear we'll probably find out next year. 2021 we'll most likely find out if we get a Battlefront 3, mainly because I believe next year the new Battlefield is coming out, and then they'll probably be like, okay, guess what's coming out the year next? Hopefully a Battlefront 3, maybe in 2023 we'll get a Battlefront 3, I don't know, but I hope we do. And if we do, if you want to get the best Battlefront game that DICE could make, take everything that was great at Battlefront 1, everything that was great from Battlefront 2, and then add the ability to go to space and ship combat. Because it's going to be for next gen anyway. Most likely be built up for next gen, because we're going to be 2 years into the next gen cycle. And I'm just thinking, if you do that, you're going to have everybody just loving you. And if you give us, obviously, offline as well, and a great single-player campaign, we're all there, baby. We are all there. I've played Battlefront 3's original, source code. Not source code, but the original game that wasn't almost finished. And even though it doesn't work as well as I wish it did, I have experienced from ground to space. And then you play Battlefront 2 mods, which do ground to space. I can't help but feel like if you just do ground to space, 64 plus players for next gen, you're going to blow the competition out of the water. You're going to have people just being like, DICE, you fucking did it. You fucking did it. And we cannot be any happier. And I think a lot of fans would love that. You show me an in-game trailer, in-game gameplay of space to ground to space, and just make it epic, full of all these ships and soldiers and just going crazy. You got heroes and stuff. I'll buy your game day one. You make a fantastic game, I will pay you my money. I will buy the deluxe edition because I know I'll get my money's worth. And I did get my money's worth from Battlefield 2, Battlefield 5 and Battlefront 2 because I paid it and I played it. I played Battlefront 2 more so than Battlefield 5, but I do come back to it every now and then. But hey, yeah. So that started my talking on Battlefield 2. Battlefront 2. Honestly, having battle and front and battle and field, it gets a bit hard, okay? But hey, they were fantastic games. Battlefront is just, I love it. And I want more. And I'm still heartbroken that we aren't going to get any more content. But I'm hopeful that we will get an announcement in a year or two about a Battlefront 3. Hopefully. Hopefully. Anyway, Aussie Viking out. See you in Valhalla. Bye.